What Yo Gotti found out, man, is that the version that he got of Angela Simmons ain't the same version he had a crush on. He had a crush on another version, a better version, dare I say. And when he finally got her, he realized that she wasn't the one he wanted after all. And after a while, the novelty wore off, and he realized, man, that a man of his status, a man of his stature, with the paper he got, with the notoriety he got, with the fame he has, he just didn't want the old version of her. And at the same time, young Glorilla has been really glowing up nicely. You know what I'm saying? She's come a long way. I mean, she got a little work done and all that, but she has come a long way, dog. A long way. She has come a long way. And she recently did an interview with Angie Martinez. And she admits that she made the decision to leave the situation. But here's why she left. Understanding, being realistic with herself, and understanding that with the type of reverence that Glorilla has for Gotti, it's only a matter of time before Gotti at least attempts to choose the younger woman. That's just what it is. You think about just the OG status that Gotti has in young Glow's life, how he changed her life, how he led her out of the life she was living and put her in a position she probably never even thought she was going to be in. He did that. Her first big bag came from him. The success she has right now came through him. And the reverence that she shows, that makes a woman desire you. If you change a woman's life for the first time, that woman desires you. That's why so many women who have children are locked in with their baby daddy, because he's the one who made her a mother the first time. You know what I mean? And if that situation was just, say, a one night stand, then the second man she has a child with, if they actually try to be a family, he actually gave her the family experience for the first time. Women respond to these things, man. They respond to these things, and what you're seeing is a situation that's like that. See, here's what a woman doesn't want to believe. Women don't want to believe that a man's physical standards for a woman matter. They always do. They always do. You have many men who compromise and sacrifice, and they'll let a woman just get big on them, and they'll still be trying to love on her. And they be taking blue chews and Viagra and Cialis and all of these things, man. They take a whole bunch of things to try to still convince a woman that don't look good no more that they still find her attractive. Well, here's the problem with that. It's a lie. It's all lies and propaganda. In the reality of life, we don't really view women that way. If you change on us physically from what we desire, then we're not going to desire you anymore. And I just think what Yo got when you got a young, and here's the thing: before Glorilla got before Glow got the work done on her body, there was no comparison. She was built like a boy. But once she started getting a little work done on her body and started looking more like a grown woman, the comparison is there. If Yo Gotti has to see Glorilla starting to look better and better and better, and Angela Simmons, of course, is getting older and older and older, it's only a matter of time before a man says, okay, especially a successful man who don't need a woman. And when you don't need a woman, you don't have to, you ain't no pressure on you to obey her or do what she wants you to do or make sure she's happy or any of that. An undesirable woman lives in a fantasy world because she doesn't know the bounty beauty affords a woman. It just so happens with Angela Simmons that Yo Gotti is around Glorilla, who is not even really fully blossom into the woman she gonna be yet, and she's making him money. Now you juxtapose Glorilla making him millions versus Angela Simmons costing him money, trying to fit into the lifestyle. You know what I mean? Trying to make her fit into the lifestyle. You know what? I agree with you, SJ3. She's still mid, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Angela Simmons kind of mid too. So I'm gonna take the younger mid over the older mid every time. The younger, more dedicated to me mid. See, Angela, see, you gotta remember this as well. Gotti didn't really know the difference. When he got Angela Simmons after years of chasing her, the result he got from her was a tricks result. You know what I'm saying? The result he get from Glow is a P's result. She's dedicated to putting paper in his pocket. Man, that's a P perspective. So he's getting straight up P interaction when dealing with Glorilla because she making the money. Every time she make a move, he make paper. Every time she dress up and go out there, he make paper. With Angela Simmons, he ain't making no paper off her, and whatever paper she getting ain't enough paper. You juxtapose an older woman with a child who you had to chase versus a younger woman who does whatever you tell her to do. Think about the obedience factor. You know, we talk about shut up and is in obedience. Angela Simmons almost 40. You know she ain't finna shut up and obey. You know what I'm saying? And she might obey, but obedience, I don't want obedience without shut uppiness. By the time you get through running your mouth about what you're gonna do, it don't matter if you do it no more. You know what I mean? By the time you get through running your mouth about what you got, what I'm telling you to do, it don't even matter if you do it no more. I'm not satisfied. I'm not into the whole process of you even doing it now. You done messed it up for everybody. You understand me? Mess it up for everybody. But you think about this. All he got to do is give young Glow a call and say, hey, you need to be here such and such time. Okay. Might even call him dad. Got to be there. She gonna do whatever you tell her to do. Why? Because she owes you. She feels responsible for your well-being because you have changed her life. This is the energy that you want from all your women. What young Gotti has done, he has gotten addicted to the P principle of a woman got to be dedicated to the process of your progress. Angela Simmons ain't dedicated to the process, his progress. She feels like he got a prize. Why? Because he chased her. When you chase a woman, she is your prize. When you cold approach a woman, she is your prize. Cold approach is chasing. And to all the suckers that's gonna say, well, we're men, we're hunters, we chase. That's what we do. We hunt them down. Why is it that you niggas only want to compare yourself to animals when it comes to cold approaching women? Any other time, you ain't an animal. I say something about being alpha. You know, the first thing y'all say, even the wolves wasn't alpha. The man who said it about the wolves, he said he was lying. There ain't no alpha. What the Bible said, God is the alpha and omega. So alpha ain't got nothing to do with the animals. Alpha got something to do with spiritual prowess. And what Yo Gotti is experiencing right now is what every man should experience. Every man should have a woman who dedicated to the process, his progress. Every man should have a woman who's interested in making him paper, making him blow up, making him proud. You go from a woman who think you should be proud to have her to a woman that's proud to have you. See, when you chase a woman like Gotti did, that woman believes she gets to jump the line and forego the requirements of relationship success. You understand me? She thinks she gets to jump the line. All the best years that Angela Simmons has to give, she already gave them to somebody. Glorilla is in her best years. Listen, even in put them on some sexy clothes. Let's say you wanna give Angela Simmons something to wear sexy. She put it on, it look all right on her, but her booty kind of droopy. Her booty kind of droopy. It ain't the same. It don't look the same on her. And really, man, it's just a money thing. We talking about the peas, it's just a money thing. That's really what it is. Hold up, man. I don't know who that is right there. I'll tell you what I'm finna do though. I'm seeing too many comments in here, man. I don't like that. Let me hook somebody right quick, man. I'm seeing too many. I'm supposed to be seeing them in the comment. Every comment I speak supposed to have some green by it. Y'all hold on, man. Let me get that thing straight. Let me tighten it up right quick. Give me a quick second, man. We're gonna fix this right here. I'm mistakenly clicking on stuff I ain't even supposed to be clicking on, man. You ain't supposed to be in here. Not like that right there. All right, let's get the thing straight. Hey, look, man, you want to be a part of the live chat? Go to the main channel page. Next to the main channel page. Next to the subscribe button, you'll see a join button. Go and click that join button, man, and come on back in here, man. Kick it with us in the kiosk in here, man. Come on in here. You deserve to be in here. Now, here's what you got to understand, man. You got to understand this. We all have our preferences, of course. I'm with SJ3. I ain't doing the BBL. I ain't doing the BBL. I ain't doing the weaves. I ain't doing the wigs. I ain't doing the big tic tac teeth. The big chiclet teeth. I ain't doing that. What the thing called? Y'all know what I'm talking about. The big the chiclet teeth. The teeth that look like chiclets, man. I ain't doing those. Look like them little crackers they serve at church on the communion, man. I ain't doing the communion church teeth. The church communion crackers teeth. I ain't doing those. I ain't doing no lashes. I don't do none of that. I just ain't gonna do it. But that's my thing. But yo got a hood nigga. Super hood. Hood niggas love that. So I'm gonna be honest with you. With me right now, if I had to pick between those two women, I would still pick Glorilla over. I ain't gonna pick now one of them. But if you told me I had to pick one, I would still pick Glow over Angela Yee, over Angela Simmons. Cause I just don't want no 30-year-old. I don't want no 38-year-old single mom. I just don't want that. Who's had very public relationships. That ain't my thing, dog. If I gotta pick one, I'm still gonna pick Glow. Now, but since I ain't gotta pick one, I'm gonna let both of them get past me. But I want y'all to understand this. A woman's desirability increases her delusion. The more she feels like you desire her, she thinks that gives her power. That's why you hear them online talking all crazy as they talk. Well, man, got to do this and he got to do that. And if he don't do this, I ain't messing with him. And I want this and I want that. And I deserve this and I deserve that. And that's what they truly believe. I agree with Rashard Smith. Bow Wow got the best. He got the best version of Angela Yee. Not Angela Yee, but Angela Simmons. They both about the same age. But he got the best version, bro. Let me tell you something. You cannot settle for the older, wore down. You can't settle for the version of a woman that make you reminisce about the younger version. If a woman can give you her best years, she gonna give you her best tears. She gonna give you her best fears. She gonna give you your best jeers. That's all she gonna do. If she can't give you her best, you a fool if you settle for less. And that's what Gotti found out. He finally just got to the point, man, where he was like, the fantasy of it, the reality of it wasn't like the fantasy of it. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't the same. She wasn't this. Yeah, them veneers, man. That's what I was talking about. It's just not the same, dog. You got to remember, and I want all of y'all to remember this, dog. Don't put yourself in a situation where you're allowing a woman to convince you that the version of her she is now is the best version of her. She ain't got to be 38. But if you meet a woman that's 28, meet a woman that's 27, and she already got a couple of 3 kids by a couple of 3 men, her best version is way behind her. She ain't got no best version left. This is the thing about best versions. The best version of a woman is the cleanest version. It's the least damaged version. It's the version with the least baggage. Am I saying that makes her a terrible woman? No, I'm saying, but if you accept her, you're accepting the worst version of her that she's ever been. You know what I'm saying? She's least trainable, less trainable than she's ever been. She's you can't coerce her to do things. She ain't gonna follow you the way she would have followed you before, because you got to remember, Every single thing that a woman has done in her life, she blames a man. So if she has a child with a man that's not there, she blames the man. I follow that man. If she has another child with another man, he ain't there, I follow that man. If she did some time because she held some work for somebody, I follow that man. If whatever happened in her life that's bad, she finds a way to blame a man. So she's not going to follow you after she's made so many mistakes and has so much baggage, because she blames following men for everything that's ever happened to her. Everything. Not some things, everything. Everything that's ever happened to her is because she followed a man. That's what she believes. And because she believes that, that's what is going to be in her brain. And I want y'all to understand that. Y'all got to understand that. This is not a game that we're talking about. We're talking about the reality of things. Once a woman gets to a certain point in life, she always shifts her narrative to victim mode. There's some point where somebody did something to her that wasn't right. And a woman she ain't always got to be old for that. I'm just saying that at some point as men, we have to remember that that woman is always blaming someone for what took place in her life. And she tasks you with coming in to fix it. You understand me? She wants you to fix what happened in her life. She believes it's your responsibility to fix what happened in her life. It's your job. You fix it. You do it. You're the man. You take care of it. And it puts you in a frame of mind where when you get her, you can't even enjoy her because she wants to make her problems your problems. And once she shifts into victim mode whenever it's necessary, she'll never accept accountability. And any woman who doesn't accept accountability for her past will not accept accountability for anything that happens in the relationship with you. She just won't accept it. In her mind, it's always you. In her mind, as a man, you're supposed to do everything. You're supposed to do everything. You're supposed to fulfill everything. It's your job to take care of all of these things. And if you don't, you're the problem. Not her, you're the problem. Like SJ said, women sabotage themselves from a blessing. They sabotage themselves. All they got to do is put in a little bit of work. Men in a woman's life, we function like God. In our lives, you know how God functions? He'll do 80% if you do 20. If you show him the 20, he'll glow you up the other 80. If you really find great grace in his sight, you show him 10, he trusts you. He know you do 20. When you get 10, he'll glow you up the other 90. That's how we work in women's lives. All the woman got to do is show us minimal effort. Many men or woman don't have to show you any effort. All Angela Simmons had to do was show up. Gotti been wanting her forever. But at her age, she just can't accept the fact that if you're going to be with Gotti, you're going to have to deal with the fact that there's going to be at least one younger woman. That is why these women get in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, they be talking about how bad men are. What you mean how bad men are? The man that you meet when you 40 is the man that you should have recognized when you were in your 20s, but you didn't recognize him. So now you meet that man, you get a do-over with a man like that, and you believe that what's supposed to happen is you're supposed to be able to get what you would have gotten before you brought all that baggage. Man, a woman can have 3 kids by 3 men and she'll swear that you're supposed to treat her like the first man did before he put a kid in her. She really believes that she's going to find that. A woman with 5 kids by 6 men, she'll come and believe that a man's supposed to come into her life and take over all her bills and shit. Like she deserves to be provided and protected for. You don't. At a certain point, provision and protection for you becomes more of a burden than a man should be willing to take on. Much more of a burden. Y'all bear with me, man. I am still trying to get these. I'm still trying to get these clips, man. To airdrop over, dog. I have no idea why they won't airdrop over. I don't even know. I'm telling you, I have no earthly idea. I mean, even one at a time, dog. They will not come over. I have no idea what just happened. But I guess we don't need the clips, man. What I'll do, man, is I'll do a regular piece of content on this, and we'll do that, and then I'll come back. Somebody asked me, am I talking about Wayne X? Nah, man, I don't know who Wayne X is. Yeah, the man, they cut their blessing short for dumb reasons, dog. For dumb reasons. See what you got to understand, man. When a woman listens to more desirable women than her, like think about this. There are a lot of women who listen to Sarah Fontenot. Now, Sarah Fontenot can make them believe certain things, even though she doesn't have it in her own life. She doesn't have these things in her own life. But a delusional woman will listen to her and she'll believe that Sarah Fontenot is supporting her delusional ideas. Because see, a woman who looks like Sarah Fontenot, she's not a bad looking woman and she don't have no kids. She has better options than a woman who doesn't look quite as good as she does, who has kids. She just has better options. What women don't understand is certain things take place in your life that you need to humble yourself. You know what I mean? You need to humble yourself in a way that puts you in a proper frame of mind. That's really all it boils down to. A woman needs to humble herself in a way that puts her in a proper frame of mind. And many times, these women just won't do it. They just don't think they should have to humble themselves. You know what I mean? Like they really don't think they should have to humble themselves. And they'll come to you with confidence as if they are not who they are. A woman with multiple kids will come to you like she's a single woman and have demands of you. That you wait a minute, demands of me? How can you, with baggage that the men who helped create it won't take care of, come to me and have an expectation that I'm going to take care of that baggage for you? What kind of foolishness is this we talking about? But this is what happens, brother. These are the types of things that happen. And I want you men to understand that it's not reality. Like SJ said, they need to listen to Love Dorsey. They need to get advice from women who are actually doing what they want to do. They need to get advice from men who are actually the type of men that they want to be with so they can understand the delusion of their expectations. A lot of times, the delusion of a woman simply rests in her expectations. If you got these kids, the best you can hope for is 50-50. Let me tell you something, man. There's only one yada awakening. There's only one yada awakening at a time. Every generation, there's one yada. This generation's yada is already here. There are no other men who are going to do what yada does. There are no other men who have the combination of lack of masculinity, lack of height, lack of foresight, lack of godliness, and lack of experience with women before he got money that yada has. It takes a special kind of dude to be who yada is. Special kind of dude. SJ, I mean, GMB, salute to my brother, man, representing the Bama Boy Squad, man. Salute to you, man. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate it. Salute, brother BOA. Salute to the Alphosphere. Hashtag men first all day, brother, all day. Y'all go subscribe to GMB, man. When he on, man. He gonna give you some dope whenever he on, man. So y'all go check him out, man. And we'll let y'all know the next time we got a Bama Boy podcast coming up for y'all as well, too, man. So I just want y'all to understand certain things, man. I want y'all to remember that no matter what a woman believes, she is who she is, and that's all she has. That's all you have to go on. I don't give a damn who she wants to be, because if she truly wanted to be that, She'll be that by the time you met her. You ain't got time to let her go see who she want to be. She is who she is already. If she already got the baggage, man, she already got the baggage. If she already got them babies, man, she already got them babies. Ain't nothing you could do about it. Them babies ain't going nowhere, man. She got them babies already. And many times what these women understand, dog, is they're just a second option. Y'all check this out.
It's when you feel like nobody in your life really fuck with you like that. Like, they don't really like you like that. Like, you always feel like the backup friend or the backup talking stage or whatever. And I know what y'all gonna say, well, just go be around people that actually like you. You're a pretty girl. You can just go talk to new people. You can just go make new friends. But when you've been feeling like that and people have made you feel like that forever, bitch, you don't want to talk to nobody else. Eventually, the shit start fucking with your self-worth. And then you just be like, well, hey, they're eventually not gonna like me either. And yes, I'm getting emotional because I'm fucking tired of it, like, for real. Because then you have to go days not responding to them because they went days not responding to you. And it's just like a cycle. And this shit just fucking sucks. Like, it really fucking sucks. Then the people who actually want to be around you, you start treating them like that because you're so fucking scared if you around them too much. They're not gonna like you either. Like, I don't know. I'm just tired of being the backup for everybody. I'm sick of shit. Sucks when nobody in your life really fuck with you like that. Like, they don't really like you like that.
See what I mean?
Like, you always feel like the backup friend.
You see what I mean? That's what we're dealing with out here. I ain't want to pull that what you call it, man, that webcam up, man. That webcam just got a terrible look. But this is what happens, dog. When you think about it, man, these women are coming to the realization that the people that they knew that were real, and we ain't even talking about good men, bad men. We talking about real. The people who are real. The Alphosphere is real. You understand me? GMB, one of the realest you'll ever come across. SJ3, one of the realest you'll ever come across. D Snuts, one of the realest you'll ever come across. Black Suit, one of the realest you ever come across. Snow, one of the realest you ever come across. You got to understand, man, that the reality is these people are not geared to accept when the right people are around them because they're drawn to toxicity. Here's a woman complaining about the toxicity that she's been drawn to. You're the one who chose those friends. You're the one who chose those relationships. You're the one who chose those environments. I don't have that problem. Somebody put a one in the chat if you got that problem. Y'all let me know right now if you got that problem. If people around you play games with you. You know what I'm saying? They don't hit you back. They act funny with you sometime. They try to get over on you. They take you for granted. Y'all put a one in the chat if you got to deal with that type of thing. Come on, be honest with you. I ain't got to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't have those type of thing happening in my life, dog. So if they're happening in your life, you have to ask yourself why they're happening. Angela Simmons knows why this is happening to her. She should have got what got it before man, listen, when Gotti jumped off the porch like that, she should have dropped everything in her life and said, look, it was fun, but I'm finna go be with Gotti. Cause when a man jump off the porch like that, man, he really want a woman. But the longer she waits, the older she gets. It just don't happen like that. Listen, bro, you got to get a woman young. She got to be with you from early on. Otherwise, the more successful you get, you can't trust her. You can look at young Glow, whatever you think about it, Gotti can trust her more than he can trust any other woman he could meet because he made her. She owes him. He controls her. He literally has her career in the palm of his hand. Everything she is because he gave her the opportunity. She feels dedicated. She feels loyal. That's the only way that you get this type of response right here. Y'all peep game on Lorenz Tate talking about his old lady.
You good, whatever you say. Black love, let me say what happens with black love and just love in general. As a man, follow what the woman says. You know what I'm saying? If she says she sits there, she stands there, wherever it is, we follow what the beautiful queen has to say. See?
What is the most impactful form of black love
Family, black love. We have 4 beautiful sons, and sharing that love with them is like no other. Being an example of how to love each other, especially when your children are watching. You know, we are the example, and we have to set that. And it's just a beautiful thing. Being parents is, to me, the best thing that's ever happened to me, aside from being with my beautiful queen.
Now, this is the type of interaction that women want. They want that interaction, but they can't get it. But she's been with him from day one. You got to be with a man from day one and dedicate yourself to him. You can't get that from a woman who's already been dedicated to somebody else before. And listen, bro, this is his old lady, man. He's standing in front of a camera. He just, come on, y'all got to know game. He's just feeding her bull, dog. He's just feeding her bull, man. He's saying what he want to say to his old lady, man. Come on, y'all know what game is. Y'all know what the prism of the ism is. You think the pimping just sit around, man, and tell a woman you ain't this and you ain't that and blah blah blah. No, man, sometimes you got to run game on the woman. Look how the woman's sitting there. Her total gaze is on him. She ain't even looking at the camera. You know what she doing? She watching every word that come out of that man's mouth. Y'all got to watch the signs, dog, and stop thinking about every word you hear and trying to dissect every word you hear, man. This just a man. You think the man got to where he is, man, by really, really following everything his woman say? Y'all got to listen to what he said. He said he follow her if she just where she want to stand. What side she want to stand on? Come on, dog. What side she want to stand on? That's nothing. You think she make career decisions for him? What movie he gonna take? What role he gonna take? Nah, bruh. Y'all got to understand, man, the verbal manipulation, man, of your broad, man. You got to just say little simple thing. He got in front of the camera and said, you know, we just follow the beautiful queen. But he just said, where you want to stand at? Okay, well, whatever side you want to stand on. It don't matter what side she stand on. The camera is there to talk to him, right? Wherever she stand, the camera is only on her because she there with him. If she moved away and went over there and did something else, I bet the camera wouldn't follow her. So we gotta really put it in, you know, put it in perspective. You understand what I'm saying? He literally just said, man, the woman can decide some things. She can decide where she stand. That's all. He literally let her decide that. So he ain't lie. He literally let the broad decide where she want to stand. You see what I'm saying? Like, I guarantee you that woman don't make no major decisions in the household, man. The majority of the time when you see guys, man, the majority of guys, their old ladies don't really make decisions in the household. And I ain't even talking about, I know some guys who are scientists. I know some guys who've been lawyers their entire lives. They're retired now. They ain't never been no part of no streets. They don't even know where the streets is. Listen, bro, they don't even know how to tell the hood from what's good. But the old lady still don't run that. All this shit you see online about people, old lady running thing, man, don't know about the old lady really running that. Because when you got that money, it's power. In this society, money is power. So it's very few men that are in a position of power to let their old lady run some. You think Bill Gates' old lady ran some? No, man. They got divorced, man. He gave her what he wanted her to have, and that's it. You think Jeff Bezos' old lady ran some? No, man, Jeff Bezos already had a girlfriend while he was still married. He told his old lady, I'm going to give you this right here. You be happy with that. I'm finna move on with my life. We ain't heard nothing from his old lady yet. You think Michael Jordan old lady ran some? No, man, he told her, hey, look, we going to stay here, man, till these boys go to college. When they go off to college, I'm going to leave you. I'm going to give you this right here. And then I'm move on with my life. Don't come to me asking for no more money, no other time, nowhere else now. You dig what I'm saying? Like, the reality is this, man. The gift of gab, it's about telling your broad what you need to tell her to make her respond in the way that you want her to respond. That's all. That's all the gift of gab is. That's all the prism of the ism is. What do you need to say to your broad? If you got 5 broads, you probably got to say something different to all 5 of them to get the response you want out of them. It's the same thing. You're a coach. The broad is your team. She's a player on your team. Some players, you can get in their face. Man, get out there and get on that field. Do what I tell you to do. I want you to get out there right now. The other players, you got to be like, listen, you know you could do better than that. You got the skills. They can't stop you. They can't stop you. Let's go out there and show them they can't stop you. And you send both of those players out there on the court or on the field, and you win a championship because you know how to motivate your squad. You understand me? And listen, it don't matter where you go. If you go to Turkey, if you go to Kenya, if you go to Nigeria, if you go to Brazil, it don't matter where you go get a woman from. You still got to have the prism of the ism because female nature travels, man. All women got female nature. And the gift of gab is how you manipulate female nature. Or you can just not have no woman. If that's what you choose to do, you can go monk. I ain't going monk, but whoever want to can. This is the same situation with Gotti. Angela Simmons says she left the situation, but why did she leave? Because Gotti put truth on her. He did the same thing I do. Dog, I ain't never left a woman. I don't leave women. I run their ass off. I make her leave. I know what got her there. So I make her leave. You know what I'm saying? I run her off 100%. When you think about it, dog, like GMB said right here, man. Look, GMB said right here. When you don't know your value, then you do the cardinal sin that a man can do. You pin your value to the woman. You pin your value to the woman. And when you really look at it, we always say women date up. They really don't, unless you're a low-level dude. Women don't date up. Women only date up to a certain point, and then they get to the point where this is the best man they ever had. And I'm gonna be honest with you, brothers. I tell y'all all the time, it ain't a woman I ever had that upgraded from me, dog. Ain't no upgrade for me, not for her. Upgrade for me is in heaven somewhere. I'm telling you, it ain't no upgrade for me. I ain't saying I can't be beat in no area, but baby, I'm solid B's across the board. It's always gonna be somebody taller, may be somebody fitter, maybe somebody, more handsome, maybe somebody, but I'm solid B's across the board. I ain't getting skunked in no area by nobody. And so when you think about it, man, a woman can't upgrade from me. Ain't no upgrade from me. She may get an easier way of it. She probably gonna get an easier way of it. See, a woman can have an easier life and think that she upgraded, but she got an easier life with a man that she desires less, with a man that she's bonded to less, with a man that she's connected with to less, with a man that has less potential, with a man that has less reach, with a man that has less notoriety, with a man that has less wisdom, understanding, knowledge, with a man that has less game, with a man that has less gangster, with a man that has less prism of the ism. But she can get an easier life. Yeah, she can get an easier life. She can get an easier life. And that's why I tell you all the time, dog, I'd never take an American woman seriously, bro. Ever. And with an American woman, dog, if you ain't already had her for 20 years, you ain't got yourself nothing. If you haven't already had her for 20 years, you ain't got yourself nothing. Now, ain't no guarantee. Now, I ain't saying every one of them you done have for 20 years gonna be a Thundercat. Nope. I'm saying, but if you ain't had her for 20 years already, it's impossible that you got some worth having, dog. I don't like that right there. It's impossible that you got some worth having. And see, you got to understand this. A woman has a belief that her impossible dream will come true. That's why Angela Simmons jumped in with Yo Gotti. She truly believed. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I believe for a minute too. Y'all put one in the chat, man, if y'all believe Yo Gotti finna get caught up in some bull. I thought he finna marry that bro, man. All that good stuff. But she believed that she could go live her life, have a baby, be in and out of these relationships, gain that middle age spread, start looking more like Ron than she ever did, and that Gotti was still gonna be there to let her ride off into the sunset with the perfect life. Nope. Because let's remember back when Gotti had a crush on Angela Simmons. It's been a long time ago. Long time ago. Let's Peep Game. I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. He said that on all right, he said that on Down in the DM. That song was released October 27, 2015. It's been about 10 years. So 38-year-old Angela Simmons was 28-year-old Angela Simmons, which is just 2 years older than Glorilla right now. So that was young, tender Angela Simmons. When he got her, she was wallbanger Angela Simmons. The wallbanger version is never as good as the young tender version ever. It don't matter if the wallbanger version is fit, in shape, pretty, paid. It don't matter. The wallbanger version is not ever the better version of a woman. Ever. The OG version of me is the best version ever. You know what I'm saying? The OG version of GMB is the best version ever. The OG version of SJ3 is the best version ever. The OG version of a man is the best version. The OG version of a woman is premenopausal. What you gonna do with that? Man, let me tell y'all something, bro. One thing, here's how you judge a woman's value in your life. How many first can she give you? You meet a woman with multiple kids by multiple men in this country, man. She's already had her first kid with somebody. She's already had her first heartbreak with somebody. She's already ate her first wood with somebody. She probably already drank her first warm milkshake with somebody. She's already, there's nothing she could do intimately with you that she hasn't already done with somebody. She can't give you her, she can't give you her first anything. A woman who can't give you her first anything is worn out. She has nothing to offer. It's nothing. She should be, listen, her first baby should be yours. Honestly, let's break it all the way down. Her first intimate experience should be yours. But in America, you're not going to find that. So at the very least, her first baby should be yours. In America, you can't hardly find that. So without her first intimate experience, her first baby, you got to be the first man she broke bread with. And you can't even be that because 9 times out of 10, she ain't got no bread to break and ain't never had none to break. So when we look at it, that's what Gotti found out. He realized, man, this ain't the same Angela Simmons. This is 10 years later. This is almost 40 Angela Simmons, man. Women, when a woman get about 32, man, she started running, really 30 these days, she started running real fast toward menopause. And her premenopausal years are the ones where it's almost a curse, where she has the most desire to be intimate, but she's the least desirable to be intimate with. You know what I mean? GMB said it right here. You can't say it no better than this. Too hot to handle, too old to mold. And that's just what it boils down to. And then when you juxtapose that again, see, if Gotti if he didn't have Glorilla on his label at this time, watching what she was doing, he wouldn't have anything to compare it to. And he might settle in with Angela Simmons. But he's got a younger woman who's starting to find herself, who's making him millions, who's representing him every time she goes out. Think about this. All Angela Simmons can say is, well, he bought me this, and yeah, he bought me this. And she can always show some video where he has splurged on her or some shit like that and do all of that. Yeah, that's cool. But at a certain point, you start feeling like a trick, even if you're a big trick. But when Glorilla speaks on him, she's giving him props for changing her life. She's saying how dedicated she is to him because he taught her this, or he showed her that, or she stopped spending money like this because Gotti told her don't do this. She started doing this because Gotti said don't do this. Everything she says is based on Gotti's instruction and direction. And let me tell you something. Whenever you see her at an award show or something, you see her with Gotti, right? And every time she hits that stage, you hear her thank Gotti. Angela Simmons can't even give him no props for nothing. She can't even say this part of my career happened. She can't give him no props. She can't give him no credit. She can't give him no reverence. She can't give him no shut upness and obedience. She can't give him no paper. You think about it. Where her paper is, she can't give him no paper. So she had an opportunity to live the fantasy, but it was short-lived. It was a fantasy. A woman's fantasy should never become reality on your watch. If she want to go find her fantasy and become reality somewhere, let her go ahead and do it. I be seeing these women who ain't got nothing to offer. Talking about somebody's supposed to pay their bills. Yes, if you become somebody's wife, they supposed to pay your bills. But if you ain't nobody's wife, You ain't doing that because of internal strife in yourself. Think somebody's supposed to come pay your bill, take care of you. Take care of you for what? Because you sharing that raggedy U-Haul box. That's what we're talking about, because you sharing that raggedy ice box that don't even freeze no more because the power went out and somebody cut the cord. That's what we talking about? I'm supposed to provide and protect for somebody else's reject? Is that what we talking about? I was just talking about that earlier, G. I mean, listen, man, I'm gonna do a shorter version of this, man, and upload this piece of content, man, because, man, some of these pictures of her, man, just the pictures of her, man, some of them pictures, she shouldn't even turned around to the back like that, man. I saw a picture of her and she had on some jeans, man, and they were leaning on some whip, and, man, she had her back turned, man, and Gotti had his arm around her dog. Man, that thing, man, I ain't gonna even lie, man. Man, that thing look like the ham bone when the ham already gone off of it, dog. I ain't gonna even lie, man. That thing look like two pillars, man. After you have a pillar fight, man, with a buffalo. I ain't lying, dog. It just wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? It ain't right. You know what I'm saying? And then when you look at a young woman like Young Glow, and you see it now, she done got her body done. I ain't into that. Say what you want to say. You crazy and you lying if you think Angela Simmons' body look better than Glorilla body. It just don't. It just doesn't. Yes, she has some work, but it don't matter. We're not talking about how she did it. We're talking about when you look at those two bodies, one of them looks better than the other. Period. One of them looks more feminine than the other, looks more fit than the other, looks more curvaceous than the other one, looks more smashable than the other one. That's just what it is. And then you throw that. Now, we're not talking about from our perspective. We're talking about from Gotti perspective. And you throw that in with the type of reverence she shows, man, there's no greater gift a woman can give a man than to bow down to him and revere him and worship the ground he walks on. And that young woman worships the ground Gotti walks on. It's hard to keep a woman who you worship the ground she walked on when you got a woman who worship the ground you walk on. It's very hard. And most men don't know the difference because, like G said earlier, most men don't know their value. So you're constantly settling for women who you got to worship the ground they walk on. Shut up and there's an obedience, man. It's the entry fee to my life. You understand? I don't care who y'all. I don't care how good you look. I don't care how much money you got. If you ain't giving me shut up and there's no obedience, you got to get the hell out of my life with expedience. You understand? You got to have more bounce to the ounce unless you fit to put some money in my account. If you ain't got it like that, so you got a woman who ain't got nothing but a bad attitude and a bunch of baggage, and then she's supposed to be in your life in some kind of way? No, man, only to have fun. All Gotti did was have fun with her, man. He tried her on for size. The bra didn't fit, so he quit. That's what you got to do. If the bra don't fit, then you got to quit. If the bra can't submit, then you got to quit. So what Gotti got is a young ghetto chick. He a ghetto nigga. He like ghetto chicks. I mean, I like ghetto girls. But he got a young ghetto girl who's making money for him. Shit, he can't lose. He can't lose. So you got to refuse the woman, man, that you came through, man. You made her feel like she had the juice. And as a man, dog, you got to get right. You got to get right, man. And here's another thing, dog. The damaged mind of the woman who wants to believe lies is like buffalo expecting to find friends in a pride of lions. It's like a baby buffalo going to a pride of lions saying, hey, can I come over and play with y'all cubs today? And expect not to be eaten. It's impossible. You see, the problem is the majority of the time, these women think they deserve what they never had. Let me tell you something. If you've never been anyone's wife, but you have the heartache and the body scars and the baby baggage, as if you have, how in the hell you think you deserve to be my wife? Help me understand that. If you gave everything that a wife has to give, but you ain't never been nobody's wife. How you think you're supposed to come be my wife when you done gave all the wife shit away already? You done gave all the wife stuff away. You left your husband in your past somewhere. And here's what y'all got to understand. The reality is the majority of women have never seen a woman like themselves get the thing that they want. They might have read it in a romance novel or some shit like that, but that stuff be fiction. I had a chick, man, who used to send me topics of romance novels she was reading. I started to do content on them. I started to, but in them things, dog, it'd be like a woman that 300 pounds with 2 kids by 2 men end up with a billionaire. They look around and they see Margie Harvey and they see Russell Wilson. And they think that they're going to find them a Russell Wilson or a Steve Harvey. It ain't but 2. It's one Russell Wilson and one Steve Harvey. Ain't no more of them niggas around. And the reality is 9 times out of 10, Margie Harvey look better at 50 than some of these women look at 25 or 30. The reality is Sierra look better at almost 40 than some of these women look in their early 20s, mid 20s. And these women know how to carry themselves in a way that makes them desirable to their husband. These women out here, they don't know, they ain't even got the sense enough. Listen, man, they so hot in the tail, they can't even resist the type of thing that make a man not want to be bothered with them, dog. They believe the best thing they can do is go lay up under another dude. And that's cool if that's what you want to do. If you want to go lay up under another dude, fine. Go up, lay up under another dude. Ain't nobody tripping on it. Just don't bring your ass around here talking about you want to be in a relationship. No, you don't. This is a relationship. Every time I knock the stuffing out of Egg McMuffin, that's our relationship. That's what it is. Y'all dealing with women who have not proven themselves to be any type of loyal to you, who have not proven themselves to be dedicated to the process of your progress. That's the problem in this society where we jump out with that provide and protect thing. You provide and protect for a woman who assists you in providing and protecting her. You can't provide and protect for a woman who don't understand it's her job to help you provide and protect for her. It's her job to be dedicated to that. She wants you to be dedicated to provide and protect for her while she's dedicated to something else. And it works. You know why it works? Because men don't have no backbone, dog. Y'all ain't got no backbone, man. Y'all let a woman do what she want to do and say what she want to say and play how she want to play. And I look at it and I be like, well, why y'all doing that? What's the purpose in that? Who told y'all that's the way to go? Who told y'all that's the thing to do? Y'all peep game on this.
I would like your interpretation or how you understand help meet. What does God mean by when he created Eve to be Adam's helpmeet? Because I feel as though if you're building a house and I come to help you, that means I have some of the same capacities to do what you do.
Now I want you to listen to that delusion. This woman says, if I'm a helpmeet, that means that if I'm coming to help you do something, that means I have the same capacities to do what you do. You understand? A woman don't understand that if I'm building this house and I got the hammer, I need you to pass me them nails. You understand? I need you to take this tape measure and just measure off every 6 inches. Measure off 6 inches. Just take this pencil, put that tape measure on there and just put a mark every 6 inches. That's what I need you to do so I can come behind you and tap them nails in. That's what I need you to do. They don't understand that logic. She believes that she wants help meet to mean equal. She wants that they want 50-50, but they ain't built for it. Y'all peep game.
Go.
Here we go. If you can do it, I can do it. When an architect designs a house, it's usually just one. The only time help shows up is when the designs and the plans are approved. So when you think of help meet, what that means is that the design and the plans have been approved. So it's not that you can do it, I can do it. It's that I'm only here to help build what you already got in you, the design and the plan. So it's not that if you can do it, I can do it. No, that's not it. The help me means that everything that's within you, I come to help you build that. The problem is you want to be equal to the man in the say-so in the architectural design. But when you showed up, it was already there. What man you ever dealt with that wasn't a man when you met him? He might have still acted like a little boy, but he had man parts and you enjoyed it. So what that tells me is that you are more interested in trying to become the architect. If that's the case, build your own house. Build your own legacy. But it wasn't given to you in that way. God gave it to the man. It is the man's responsibility. And it is your responsibility to help him build that. This is why I say, women are always talking about, he got to take care of me, he got to take care of me. That's not right. It should be, you are responsible to help him take care of you.
You are responsible to dedicate yourself to the process of my progress because you will benefit from my progress. You don't get to come sit your ass down somewhere and watch me do the work and then have demands on what's required to provide and protect you. No, when you come into the situation is already ongoing. You don't go into a woman's life. You meet a woman and bring her into yours. You don't go to a woman's father and say, hey, can I come live on your land with you because I want your daughter? No, you say, let me come take your daughter off your land and bring her to my land. I already got some I'm building over here. I'm going to bring her over here. So whatever skills you gave her to help on your land, I expect those skills to be in use on my land over here. That's why you go to the other cultures, these women know how to farm. These women wash clothes by hand. These women clean things by hand. These women put in work. These women not only know how to grow, but they know how to harvest. They know how to clean. They know how to prep things for storage. They know how to do all of this, man. You understand? They know how to gather whatever need to be gathered. They know how to do this. So they can come and contribute what they need to contribute. And it's not necessarily saying that you need a woman that can farm and do all of that. It's just what they know to do. They're used to understanding that they have to contribute their efforts and energy to the upkeep of the household in which they live. These women over here, they want to show up. Not only do they want to show up and do nothing, they want to show up with baggage. So you got a sorry woman who show up with her sorry kids, and she wants you to take care of all them sorry jokers. So you take on all this financial burden without no input to help the financial situation. And these suckers in America always talking like that's the thing to do. And you look at them, they be miserable, man.
That is the correct way to do it. If you're looking for a man to take care of you, then you are one lazy behind woman. And you don't want to be held accountable or even be responsible for yourself. And I'm telling you the truth. Because when it's done appropriately, go and read Proverbs 31. And they use that scripture a lot for women's services, Women's Day stuff. I don't believe in all that. I really don't get into all that stuff. But they use it for that. But if you read it, everything this woman is doing is to help that man take care of her. That's all she's doing. But when you're looking for it from a different perspective, where he got to take care of me, he got to do this for me, he got to do that for me, what is it that you are bringing to that's the question that they keep asking the woman. What are you bringing to the table? Your skill level or your ability to help him or him to build you is in you being able to help him build you. Because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, the woman or the women in his life are the ones who end up with everything he built. You're the ones who...
Now, my reason for playing this for y'all, man, is this. I want y'all to understand something. We don't need a woman to help us build. But if a woman is going to come into my life, dog, she going to contribute to the process of my progress, or she ain't going to do nothing. She ain't going to be a part of it. I don't care what happens to her and her bills. She had them damn bills before she met me. It's not my concern. I wasn't feeding her before I met her. I ain't finna feed her ass now either. She got to have something that she can dedicate and contribute to my life. And here's the thing. I don't need her money. So a woman with a career, I can't do nothing with her. All she can do is go out and work and bring money. Money that I'm going to have to use to pay somebody else to clean up and pay somebody else to cook and do all of that because she has a career. Well, I pay somebody to clean up now. I ain't going to add no woman to my life and I still got to do that. I cook for myself. I don't need her money to cook for myself. What am I getting out of a situation if a woman doesn't have a skill that she can dedicate to the process of my progress? This is one of the major things that men overlook when they find themselves choosing to be with a woman. Because in this society, we're raised that you should just find a wife and take care of her. She shouldn't have to do nothing. All she got to do is stay at home and take care of them kids. She ain't got to do nothing. Man, I guarantee you, even the most successful man has his woman doing something dedicated to the process of his progress. Too many men. It seems like the men who have the least amount of resources are the ones who are doing the most for women. Think about this. You have the least amount of resources and you're the one that's doing the most for a woman. Man, these guys be moving in with women and everything, man. Man, let me show y'all something. Moving in with a woman. Can't take care of your own self, but you're going broke, taking care of the woman and her bills. That was a story recently, man, where this guy, he was living with a woman. He was giving her $2,500 a month for like 5 years. Finally found some paperwork to show, man, that she was she had some type of government assistance program, dog, where she was only paying $160 a month. And you should have saw the amount of people in the comments, American women and some American fools saying that, well, when you're in that situation, you got to pay whatever the woman wants you to pay. Well, if she set the rent for you, they set the rent for her. So if all she got to pay is $160, then you pay $2,500. Well, that's what she charged you. And I say that don't happen if you don't move in with the woman. Y'all peep game on this.
And why?
Because
they came and got your truck because you wasn't paying the truck. No, they came and took your truck. That's why I put you out the house.
Put me in a room and then posted these videos trying to make it seem like I left you.
Look, if y'all ain't keeping up with that, she put him out the house because they repossessed his truck. Because as she said, he wasn't paying the bill. She took him to a hotel room and then posted videos like he left. Probably had a dude over, undoubtedly. Then she went back and got him from the hotel when he got paid. He gave her his whole check. Now his truck been repossessed, but he done gave this broad his whole check to get the people. Well, all he had to do was call the people who repossessed his truck and say, hey, look, I got y'all money. Can y'all bring me my truck back? I would have lived in my damn truck.
I didn't never leave you.
Okay, but they came and got your truck because you wasn't paying the bills. They came and got your truck. Not on top of that, I'm still having to pay your part of the rent. That's why I put you out.
I sent you my whole check.
Just now.
I just got paid 2 minutes ago.
2 minutes ago, and you still running off at your mouth about why.
I just sent you my whole check 2 minutes ago. Just now. I just got paid 2 minutes ago. The first thing he thought about was giving this broad his whole check. I want y'all to think about the delusion and confusion of a man whose first thought is to give a broad his whole check who just kicked him out of her house. This woman done kicked you out, dropped you off at a hotel. You ain't got no truck. Your truck got repossessed. And you are sitting here. And the first thing out of your mouth, the first thing on your mind, 2 minutes after getting paid. And you notice he didn't say, I gave you my whole check. He said, I sent you my whole check. So she put him out, took him to a hotel. She wouldn't let him come home, or to her house rather, until he sent her his whole check.
I got your card. Listen to this. You just got in the house and you done found something else to argue about. You just got in here.
Got mad. I was just trying to understand what
This is what I go
the fees
through.
was going on, and this is what you turning it into.
Man, that joke is sad, dog. That's sad, man. Sad for him. And she does sound heavy, man. I think that was a picture of her in the thumbnail right there, bro. But let me tell y'all something. How you end up in a situation like this? Man, listen, don't you ever move your ass into a woman crib call. Let me tell y'all something. This real talk. This is real talk. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. 9 times out of 10, if a woman wants you to move into her crib, it's because she's struggling with her bills. And she only wants the type of man to move in who believes it's his responsibility to pay all the bills. Now, in your house, it is your responsibility to pay all the bills. But when her house becomes your residence, but her name is on everything, you have successfully become a fool for this woman. Because now you have taken on the responsibility of paying all her bills, which means that shit like your truck gonna get repossessed. Because you have put yourself in a situation where you have let this woman know that you understand that it's your responsibility to pay all the bills as the man. I have only met one woman who was satisfied with the fact that she bought her own house as a single woman. One. The rest have regretted it because they have struggled financially ever since. Because a woman wasn't put here to be the head of household. And any woman who is still living check to check, no matter how much money she makes. I know women who make $50,000 a year, they head of household, they live in check to check. I know women who make $250,000 a year, they head of household, they live in check to check. I know a woman that makes about $575,000 a year, $575,000 a year. Much bigger house, much more cars, much more expenses. And she's still living check to check because she's head of household. If you meet a woman who bought her own house young, it's fine if she's taking care of those things. But you never, ever put yourself in a situation where you move in with that woman. Because the only way a woman wants you to do that is if she has bitten off more than she can chew. A woman who's perfectly fine in her situation, she managing her situation financially, and she ain't under no financial duress, the last thing she wants is for a nigga to move in with her. Trust me when I tell you that. If she's satisfied with her plight in life, she does not want you to move in with her. Trust me. It don't even matter how much she likes you. You can spend some time with her. Y'all can spend the night at each other's crib, but she does not want you to move in with her. A woman who wants that is struggling to pay her bills. She has bitten off more than she could chew. And if you find yourself in that type of situation, the way this woman was with that man, some broad gonna be like that with you too. I want y'all to keep that in mind. So shout out to Yo Gotti for having his chance to be with his crush, Angela Simmons. But also shout out to Yo Gotti for not getting caught up in some legal marriage type trap with this Harvey Wallbanger, when he at the very least has access to a young ghetto girl who loves his dirty drawers. Don't be surprised. I don't know if they have, but don't be surprised to find out that Yo Gotti and Glorilla are an item now. Don't be surprised to find out that her first kid is by Yo Gotti. Don't be surprised to find that out, because that's the type of scenario that a man feeds into, because a woman is supposed to revere you. She's supposed to be submissive to you. She's supposed to follow your guidance and leadership, and she's supposed to give you shut up and obedience. And she also supposed to be young enough where she ain't got all that damage from being with all of those men and all those babies and all those heartaches and all that shit. And maybe that's what got him. She ain't my type, but maybe she is his. That's just real. There it is, SJ. If a man is on dire straits to move in with a chick, he better be stacking for his best exit plan. Listen, let me tell you something. If you are in a situation where you gotta move in with a woman, man, you better have a 6 to 12 month exit strategy. I mean, you better be, because here's the thing. You ain't gonna want to be around the woman all the time anyway, so you better be grinding. You better be grinding so hard that it's like you don't live there. You understand me? And you better be trying to get yourself into a situation. It don't matter what your age is, man. Every man can hit a financial burden. You understand? You can hit a financial burden at any time. The goal is to make so much money that your financial burden don't leave you hurting. But if your financial burden left you hurting and you got to make this situation, you better have a 6 to 12 month plan to get your ass out of there as fast as you can. You understand me? You better. That's just the reality of it. Now, my name said he live in a national forest before he depended on the woman. Let me tell you something. What does God say about this? What does God say about this? I'm going to tell you right now. Proverbs 21, chapter 9, verse 9. It is better to dwell in the corner of the housetop than with a brawling woman and in a wide house. What's a brawling woman? A combative woman. A woman that's against you all the time. One of them 50-50 women. Same chapter. Verse 19. It is better to dwell in the wilderness than with a contentious and angry woman. That man that lost his truck, got put at a hotel room, and went back to dwell with that contentious, angry woman. Don't you know it would have been better for him to dwell in his truck? A truck is better than a car. He would have room to stretch out in a truck. Probably had an SUV. Let the third row seats down, man, and spread out a blanket back there and sleep like a baby every night, man, until you get back on feet. It's better. It's better to live anywhere than in a house with a brawling woman, brother. It's better to live anywhere. And that's just real. So, brothers, I ain't gonna hold y'all in here too long, man. I got to run and get this camera, man. I will have we'll be shooting on the camera tomorrow, man. I did a piece of King Ray content earlier, regular piece of content. I'm gonna upload that for y'all as well today, man. Y'all to get that. I'm gonna figure out what's going on with this. I'm gonna figure out what's going on with this thing, man, and I'll be able to I'll put a piece of regular content up, man. But I'm gonna figure out why my clips wouldn't come over. Got another show for y'all tomorrow, man. Tomorrow's show. It'll be a dope one. Y'all will see it. We'll put it up. Y'all can tell what we doing, man. Listen, BOA live streaming every day for y'all, man. BOA live streaming every day, man. Had to get back on the live stream thing, man. I like this. I like coming in here kicking it with y'all, man. Supreme C, appreciate the dime. Brothers have to learn how to take their fall and grind up. Uncomfortable situations make you stronger. Get in the gym. There it is, man. Live in your car. Go to the gym every day. Wash your ass in the gym. Let me tell you something, boy. When I was homeless and lived in my car, man, for that period of time, I was so fresh, so clean every day, man. Listen, boy, I was automatically hitting two showers a day, every day. I was so fresh, so clean, man. All right, man. Let me see. Derek Johnson, man. Appreciate you, dub, man. Salute to you, bro. Salute to you as well, man. Tony Tucker, appreciate you, man. A woman's ego is always her downfall. That's why I can't take American women too seriously. Fellas, keep your peace. Keep your peace, man. You're taking an American woman too seriously. Your peace is gone. Again, my brother GMB, salute to you, man. Appreciate the Philadelphia sponsorship of the show. Salute, brother BOA. Salute to the Alphosphere. Hashtag men first. Hashtag alphas up. Hashtag alphas up, betas down. Hashtag become the most alpha version of yourself. Hashtag apply the prism of the ism to the square world when you're dealing with these bras. All right, brothers. SJ3, salute to you again, brother. As usual, man, I always appreciate you being in the joint. Salute to you, man. Sniper Gang, we out of here. Peace.